Good morning. If you have decided to study to become a professional hypnotherapist, continue with us in this beautiful project of study and learning. Hypnosis is a powerful technique with which you will be able to help and improve the quality of life of a great number of your future patients. Remember, study the description of this video where you can find a link to free training classes on clinical hypnosis with several free ebooks. Let's look at clinical hypnosis for quitting smoking. Introduction. The motivation to quit smoking is the starter motto that makes us start towards that goal that at first seems far away, but taking an attitude of calmness, persistence, and tenacity, it will become much shorter, knowing also beforehand that we have started a long and heavy journey in which our will and motivation will keep us on the right path to follow without deviating one iota from our goal. It also helps to know what we are going to find in that goal so desired and at the same time so unknown, because of the time elapsed in which we move away and distance ourselves from an optimal state of health, in which not even our unconscious remembers the pleasant sensations of feeling physically well, even considering as normal and natural our daily ailments, which we have also ended up accepting as normal. That cough that accompanies us, the stinging of tongue and throat, the dryness of mouth, the easy fatigue, the stains on our teeth, the bad breath, the restlessness, irritability when our body asks us for the next dose of nicotine to alleviate our ailments. Vicious circle. We smoke to reduce our discomfort, and tobacco intoxicates us more and creates more ailments and more health problems. It is important also to know thoroughly this route towards our goal and to have the help of a map, a GPS to guide us and prevent us from getting off the road. The experience of ex-smokers can serve as a guide, as well as the help of a professional of clinical hypnosis that can help us on our way. In hypnotherapy, the unconscious is led along the path as an automatic pilot in which the processes of recovery act in a barely perceptible way by the conscious. The conscious understands the idea, but the way to carry it out is the work of the unconscious. At the level of the brain circuits, the pathways of the brain are changed. The pathways of smoking behavior are getting narrower, more and more narrow. At the same time, alternative routes are opening, all thanks to the brain's plasticity. This new path widen until they become really highways, stepping on those that were there in the past. The new roads are opened by designing new thoughts introduced in a state of hypnosis. In a state of hypnosis, we weaken our conscious mind, which has its identity created by the conditioning of the past, due to the behaviors installed by repeating them for so many years. At the beginning, those behaviors win because they are wide and the information circulates through them at high speed. The brain saves energy. It is automated. As the therapy with hypnosis progresses, the new neural circuits compete with those of the past and new connections are strengthened. We have to know that without tobacco, we'll be free from the annoying cough, we'll breathe better, our breath will be fresher, we'll be less fatigued, we'll have more quality of life, we will remove a continuous expense, and we'll be able to offer ourselves a good reward. Since doing numbers a year, the expense in tobacco is not negligible. It is advisable to keep us in our purpose, to have in writing what we are going to gain and what we are going to get rid of when we stop smoking. We can frame 2 lists in a prominent place as a statement of purpose, as a mission statement. In one, we'll put the advantages that we are going to achieve, and in the other, the detriments that we are suffering. The choice is clear. We want good health. We do not want discomfort. It is advisable to set up a deadline that is sufficiently motivating, that is to say, close in time, and at the same time also realistic, that allow us to carry it out. Based on that date, we set up our strategy. We divide the number of days we have by the number of cigarettes we smoke daily to reduce it progressively. For example, if we smoke 60 cigarettes and we intend to quit in 20 days, 60 divided by 20 is 3 cigarettes that we'll take off each day. It is convenient to be calm during that period and avoid sources of stress that could get out of control and smoke compulsively. Avoid the places and people where and with whom we smoke the most cigarettes. By mentally reciting to ourselves a negative phrase about tobacco 10 times before lighting up, modify our habits. The place we have associated with smoking facilitates our purpose, as those places act as stimuli, conditioning, and incite us to smoke. Also, the people with whom we usually smoke are going to be another stimulus to avoid until we feel strong enough to control the impulse provoked by our smoking companion. To counteract the unpleasant effects of abstinence, we can use natural psychostimulants which will give us the activation tone, substituting tobacco. For this, vitamin C will stimulate us in a healthy and natural way, so an orange juice from time to time will do us a lot of good. When we stop smoking, we tend to control our anxiety by eating more than before, so practicing a sport that releases our tension and keeps us in our weight is a good option. In addition, by sweating, we will eliminate a good part of the toxins that we have been introducing into our body. By breathing in more air during sports, it will help us to clean our lungs, and little by little, we will feel how our organism regenerates and we get less tired, and will be surprised that we will not choke when climbing stairs. Due to tobacco, a lot of phlegm has accumulated in our throat, which causes us discomfort, such as dryness, cough, and hoarseness. To eliminate them, fizzy drinks help us, whose bubbles stretch in the area and make us clean. The first few days of giving up smoking can cause constipation, because when we smoke, we also inhale air, which lubricates the organism, and our bowel functions normally, and our intestine functions normally. When we stop smoking, we also stop inhaling that extra supply of air, which dries out our organism, and our intestine functions normally. With a regular practice of physical exercise, we can alleviate this inconvenience. In any case, it is only the first few days, since our organism soon gets used to take in the air that it needs unconsciously. tobacco harms us in the short term, as it causes us to cough, bitter taste, yellow teeth. We get tired easily, but the worst is yet to come. With years, the work done by the toxins introduced in our organism takes its toll. This comes in the form of tumors, heart attacks, respiratory diseases for the smoker and for the loved ones around them. Before all this comes colds, flu, bronchitis, and respiratory discomfort, lower physical endurance, and poorer intellectual performance. On a psychological level, we feel bad because we feel slaves and dependent on tobacco. The feeling of freedom is reduced. Our self-esteem is weakened as we believe ourselves to be weak and weak-willed. Our physical appearance deteriorates thanks to tobacco. We have teeth with stains, bad breath, stiff skin, bad smelling clothes, house, car, little by little tobacco and its effects as smoke toxins. Bad smell is introduced in every corner of our life, and the worst thing is that we do not notice it. If you're interested in learning more about clinical hypnosis, watch our next video. Topics to be covered. Index. Remember to study the description of this video, where you can find a link to free training classes on clinical hypnosis, with several free ebooks as well. If you have questions, add them in the comments area. On this topic and many others we'll talk about in the channel and in the videos that we'll publish. So, if you're interested, don't miss our next videos. Thank you very much.